Where are the dudes? Where are the dudes
Yeah,
in
where
this
are the guys? I
bouldering
only
film?
saw
Come on.
I only saw one old man on a boat.
And he had his shirt on.
Yeah, what is this?
Hey folks, welcome to another Icebox session. My name is Sean Cassidy and we are in conversation with Nova Scotia rock climbers. My guest today is 25-year-old Emily Currie, who is the media manager at Seven Bays Bouldering in Halifax. The last 12 months have been a crazy ride for Emily. It started with a cancer diagnosis and finished with a national tour to promote her new bouldering film called 20 Grit. This short film, which was shot in the midst of her treatment and recovery from cancer, captures a wild and blustery day out on Dover Island, bouldering with a few of Nova Scotia's most talented female climbers. This film and the woman who shot it, in my opinion, demonstrates what strength and resilience looks like. Welcome to the Icebox.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. You're like my first guest that I don't know at all.
Oh, sweet.
We've known each other for 10 minutes now. And
Yeah.
I guess one of the big reasons I want to talk to you is about this new movie or this short that you put out.
20 Grit.
And you had a screening on the weekend at Seven Bays.
Yeah, we did a fundraiser for Rod because he's going through his cancer treatment at the moment. So wanted to raise some money to help him out with that and just bring the community together because he's been such a integral part. So.
Yeah. So maybe explain who Rod is for people that don't know.
Yeah, Rod is the legend that takes everyone over to Dover for Boulder Fest every year, and just throughout the summer, he's just all day, every day, taking climbers back and forth.
How many times have you been to Dover yourself?
I've actually only been to Dover, I think 3 or 4 times. It hasn't been much. Yeah. And I've actually only climbed on Dover once. I'm mostly there to film.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think my first trip over, we had some of the Boulder House folks from Victoria in BC. So we took them over to Dover to show them this beautiful island that we have.
What's Boulder House?
Oh, sorry. It's one of the Seven Bays sister gyms in BC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they were in town, I think, for just training stuff. So we were neat. Let's take you over. So we had a bunch of snacks, beer, classic Dover day.
Yeah. And were you filming most of the time when you go? Was this all to build up footage for 20 Grit?
No, that was just a work trip. So we did a collab between Seven Bays and Boulder House just for fun. 20 Grit was actually shot in one day, 8 hours.
Wow.
Yep. It was a lot packed into a very, very short period of time.
It looks great.
Thank you.
Yeah, maybe before we get into that, you mentioned earlier you are the media manager at Seven Bays. Is that your role? And how long have you been doing that?
I've been doing that now. It's been probably about 2.5 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what does that mean? What do you do in that role?
It kind of started as just videographer. So I would shoot our reset videos. I helped it with a comp, I think, Tour de Bloc 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I just loved it so much. I used to do film a little bit when I was younger as well. So I just kept learning, making connections through the community, and just kept getting more opportunities through it. So now my role takes on a lot more admin stuff as well.
Were you trained in videography? Did you go to school for that?
No, actually.
Just a hobby?
Just a hobby. Yeah. My old mentor for horse training, which I did when I was younger, she was also a photographer, so she taught me a couple tricks along the way.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
And those videos you shoot, they go to the Instagram page for your stuff for Seven Bays? Yeah.
Right. So we'll do reset videos every couple weeks, and then just any events that are going on in the gym. This year, I actually shot, earlier this year, an interview series with some of our staff.
Oh, neat.
Community members, just to show the different parts of our community. So I interviewed people like Todd, a couple of our staff who have been climbing for quite a long time as well.
Cool. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to do here with this on a maybe broader scale, but very similar, I guess.
Yeah. I think it's nice to see those different avenues, people who are very new to it, people who only climb in the gym, people who love to climb outside, rope climbing, bouldering, whatever it may be. Yeah. I feel everyone has a place in the community.
Yeah. But it's shocking to me how big the community is now and how many different specialists there are.
Yeah.
100% boulders.
Yeah.
Gym climbers, ice climbers, the whole gamut.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's so many different avenues. I've actually never rope climbed. I have a lot of interest in it, but because bouldering's taking its it's taking its toll.
Bouldering is probably the hardest one on the body, I would say.
Yeah, it's very punchy
Yeah.
and gritty, I find.
Did you start climbing? So wait, you started at the gym like 2.5 years ago? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I started in my role, like my job there. I worked the front desk first. Started almost 3 years ago, and then moved into the media role. But I started climbing just over 3 years ago now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was introduced to it in 2018. My partner at the time had climbed, and kept trying to get me into it, but I was bodybuilding and powerlifting at the time.
Oh,
So I was like very strong, but I grew very bored of it. It's just very repetitive. I was very good at it, but it got
was that for like just for fun or for
just for
competitions or
fun.
something?
I was funny when your interview with Sean, you said that he likes to suffer. I'm like, I was listening to it. I
That's
was like,
you?
this sounds familiar.
Really?
Yeah, so I just did it
You
for
could be a
fun.
trad climber.
Adam's trying.
Is he?
He was like,
Good
you
for
should
him.
try it. Yeah, so I did that for a long time. And then I was also still riding horses because I grew up doing that. And yeah, I just kind of grew bored of just the same weights. Like you progress and everything, and that was really cool, but it was the same thing. So I decided to try climbing because I was like, my legs get a good enough workout when I'm riding horses. But yeah, I started going to the gym. I think I had the Bouldering 101 membership, and yeah, it was great. I just really enjoyed it. I really liked the community side of things and the puzzle aspect of it. Like
A
it
lot of
was,
yeah.
I
Hmm.
was, had some strength coming into it, but I had no idea how to move properly on the wall. And it was really fun getting to like challenge myself and like learn how to move efficiently.
Yeah. So how did you learn? Is that people were teaching you that, or you're just
Um,
experimenting and
I would
figuring it
say
out as you
like
go?
through the community, like
Yeah.
made some friends in the gym. And then when I started working there, I was kind of like the baby of the group when it came to climbing.
Yeah.
Like I got to be around people who were like stupid strong and had been in it for so long. And I got to learn from them, and they were really kind. And like you never felt like you were kind of the last one in the
It's a
group.
very inclusive sport, I think. And
Yeah.
what I've always loved about it is the whole age inclusivity of it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
when I was younger, your age as well, like I would go out with people, 10 or 15 years older and learn stuff from them.
Yeah.
And even, for me going to the gym and playing with the problems, I'm playing like a kid, like anybody else in there. And it's just normalized. It's a great sport that way.
Yeah. There's no cutoff or anything, really. Like some of the strongest people in the gym are, you know, quite a bit older, and some are, the comp kids who just roll in
Totally. Yeah.
cold and flash of pink. And that's always fun.
Get out of here.
Yeah, you're like, okay.
So you have this background of weightlifting and bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Feels like in a way you're ahead of the game because a lot of climbers these days seem to be integrating that into their training. And you mentioned listening to Sean Therian's program, I think, or one of them he talks about is how he trained.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are doing that kind of stuff now. So you must have a good base of body strength.
Yeah, I feel like it is quite helpful because especially like my leg strength, especially from like growing up riding horses and then powerlifting, my legs have always been extremely strong. My upper body's catching up, which is good. But that's one thing I've noticed with climbers. It's usually they're like, "Oh, my legs don't need those like on the wall."
I'm staring at you because I'm like, okay, why do you need the
Yeah.
strong legs? Don't.
I find like I don't know. I find the leg strength and like power that I do have is very helpful on the wall, like for those punchy, very dynamic. So I wouldn't
Okay.
say I like
Right.
dynamic moves.
Okay.
They're terrifying. But just in terms of feeling like confident in my base when I'm on the wall, like even doing slab and everything, like I never actually I won't say I never feel uncertain. I often feel uncertain when I'm
Yeah.
climbing.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've got that good powerful base to like generate off of, which is great. And
Or even stabilize and hold a position for an extended period probably while you figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, yeah, I do still integrate a good amount of weight training and a lot of mobility work now, just because I find I can hold on to that strength really well. I don't need to train it all the time. So, trying to
And is
do
mobility a weakness? Is that why you're working on
not a weakness, but I've definitely lost a lot. My training's like been very up and down in the last year.
it? For a good reason,
Yeah,
probably. Yeah.
exactly. So just trying to kind of work on those weaknesses first, because I know that if I wanted to, like my strength in the weight training aspect could come back like that. So
Cool. So have you climbed much outside then? You mentioned bouldering a little bit on Dover Island, maybe
yeah,
one of those trips. Where else have you been going?
I've climbed outside a little bit. Definitely more getting into it this year. Before I would usually just go out to film. At the moment, I've been going to Polly's Cove quite a bit.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so beautiful there. And Shaw's Wilderness. Like once Todd released that guidebook, well, Todd and Graham released the guidebook this year. I feel like everyone kind of flooded in there because it's so close to the
It's
city.
crazy close, and it's been under our noses for many, many years.
Yeah, beautiful boulders, beautiful area.
Yeah, I've been. Todd gave me a little tour
Nice.
there a few months back. Yeah. How do you find climbing outdoors comparing to indoors?
There's definitely some contrast. I find personally, I like to climb on the boards a lot when I'm in the gym. More so, I find
I've
it
never done that.
translates. No.
Maybe?
Oh,
No, not no.
kilter board is my favorite
Yeah.
personally. We have like three now between the three gyms. There's the moon board, kilter board, and the tension board.
Okay.
I'd say the tension board's like a nice middle between the two
Okay.
others. Personally, I like the kilter board's just what I got used to, and now I just
I've heard
like
that
it the
one's sort
most.
of jumpy. Is that right? Or no?
It's punchy.
Punchy,
I
yeah.
would say it's punchy, but also the moon board is also quite punchy. They're all kind of just really like aggro, I would say.
Which is your middle name, sounds
Yeah.
like.
Yeah. So I find like that up like that kind of training like on the board applies really well for me like for outside. The climbing in the gym, I find I'm a lot less accustomed to. It's a little bit more dynamic and compy. And also the aspect of working there. People sometimes have this expectation of you, and that can be really intimidating, especially coming off of like a wonky year of training
Yeah.
where people are like, "Oh yeah, Emily, like let's see how it's done." And I'm like, "Oh god, no. Please don't watch me."
So why but why wouldn't you feel that same kind of pressure if you're on the kilter boards or whatever?
You're kind of like down by yourself most of the time. People are looking at the wall and you're like in this corner just kind of like headphones on doing I don't know. It kind of feels
Okay,
like a
because
different
you're talking
zone.
about the Bears Lake location.
Yeah. Or
And
even
I'm
I guess like Gottingen would be the same. You're downstairs in
yeah. But the new one in Dartmouth.
that
It's a
one
little
you're
bit more in the middle, it looks like.
yeah, that one's a little bit more like front and center. But I haven't climbed there like a whole lot because I also injured my ankle this year. So I've been
Yeah, yeah. That's interesting, the kind of expectations that go along with somebody who's working in the gym or someone that owns a gym or who's
yeah.
written a guidebook, for example,
Yeah,
or
exactly.
it's a bit of a pressure that comes along with that.
Yeah.
Unnecessary, and it's just kind of put on yourself because who really
Exactly.
cares?
No, it totally is. Like I'm sure no one is looking at, someone who works in the gym or guidebooks and stuff like that, like going like, "Oh man, they must be able to send everything here." And if they don't, I think they're terrible. Like no one's going to think that. Yeah, it's usually like a self expectation
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
So this is interesting because you haven't climbed a lot outside. Sounds like, if that's
No.
fair to say.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you think these boards are more compatible or more translatable to outdoor climbing. Did I hear you say that?
That's kind of like how my experience has been, and just what I've kind of witnessed with a few of my friends who climb outside. It seems like they just have that more. I'm trying to think of how to word it. Just the movements are a little bit more like translated to outdoor climbing.
I wonder if it's because it's like a one plane. It's not as three-dimensional, perhaps, as the
Maybe.
rest of the gym.
Yeah, and I feel like the gyms these days, and this isn't just 7 bays, this is like across the board from like what I've noticed, at least in the country, like I feel like Slopers are a lot more common. It's harder to find crimps. It's like a lot more easy to get like burly on the boards, I find, which is kind of like outdoor climbing here is so
Yeah.
sharp and painful.
Yeah, it's funny how the whole style of climbing has changed since I've been involved. Like it used to be
Okay.
all crimping
See,
and,
that's my shit.
and just like sharp crimping on vertical
Yeah.
terrain.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that sounds
Well,
good.
those problems are out there on the rock.
I know.
I
I'm
think you
excited.
like it. Get out there with Adam and he'll show you the ropes.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm excited to try it.
yeah, cool. Back to the media manager role. You've been shooting videos. Do you mix it all together and put the music on and
Yeah.
cut it and put it out?
Yep.
Yeah.
I pretty much anything you see on our Instagram is like I've shot, edited, and produced. There's a couple things that I don't do. Like I'm not a graphic designer or
Right.
anything like that.
Right.
Learning.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything video related and most photos is usually me.
I'm not an Instagrammer. I kind of I had to get an account for this podcast thing, right?
That's awesome.
And we talked about this earlier, but you're of a similar age as my kids who are adults like you. But my daughter helps me with the Instagram part
Yeah.
to know what I'm posting. Is this a reel or a post?
Yeah.
And she's helped me with those magazine cover posters that we're putting up. So I rely on her expertise, and I imagine you're also an expert.
I wouldn't go as far as an expert.
So I've seen a couple of your video things on on the Instagram.
Yeah.
They look really cool.
Thanks.
Where do you get like it's all cut like actiony
Yeah.
shots a lot of the time, which must be fun to put together.
It is. It feels like a very cool highlight reel of
Yeah,
making my friends
yeah.
look like super cool.
Exactly,
climbing.
yeah. And the music, how does that work? Like licensing, or where do you get that from?
Yeah, there's like different websites you can use for my own account where I'm not like technically like a business. It's just me as like a freelancer. I just kind of use whatever I want. But for businesses, there's accounts like SoundCloud or Soundstripe and like Artlist. Quite like Artlist. I find there's like good options on there. And it's all like royalty free. So you can use it for business and not have
Is
to
it
worry
hard
about...
to, because these aren't like necessarily known artists, are they?
No.
Like you're just searching a genre or something and
Yeah. Most of the time it's just kind of like sometimes you get lucky and you find a song like right off the bat and you're like, this is great.
this is perfect.
And
Yeah.
then sometimes it's like hours
Yeah,
and you're like,
yeah.
everything sounds terrible.
Yeah. How
But-
long does it take you to put together a video thing?
It kind of
What do I call them? A reel? A reel.
Yeah. Yeah. It kind of depends on the project. Like a reel on Instagram for like 7 days. It could range anywhere from like, let's say like 2 to 3 hours of shooting to like 2 to 6 hours, 8 hours of editing. It completely like depends on the premise of it. If it's going to have those like really meticulous like speed ramping and like flash cuts and stuff, a lot of that takes time, and like especially like sound quality too. Like adding in sound actually helps immensely with like the whole experience of the video.
You mean like on-site sound? Like the sounds from the gym? Or
Yeah.
like
And-
ocean sounds and things like that?
Yeah, like a lot of that actually, because even a lot of the time when I shoot, I won't have audio. Like if I'm just shooting a reel and it's not like a mic'd up thing, like there's no reason to have audio. You're missing out on a lot of those sounds you would hear in the gym, like the drills or like when someone cuts feet and they whoosh by the camera. So it's nice to like play with that after. Sometimes I'll just wear a mic on me so I still get those sounds like authentically. But sometimes they sound like crap because then you can hear the music and people like, this climb doesn't work.
Are you choreographing that stuff, or you're just capturing what's happening?
Just capturing what's happening. There's obviously some videos that are planned. We just did one to kind of initiate the fall transition where we had one of our setters. I say we, it was me. I went in and I was like, who wants to dress up? And we dressed him up in like the Uggs and the sunglasses and the hat and the scarf. And
I
he's
think
drinking.
I saw that one. Yeah.
He's drinking a pumpkin spice latte. He's like, it's giving fall. And like that was orchestrated, but he took it and ran with it. I'll just say that.
That was him.
Yeah. But a lot of the time I find it just flows naturally. Like we usually go in with an intention, like I'll plan out kind of what I want, but it's nice because I am so close with my coworkers that a lot of the time it does just flow organically. It's not like I'm there with a camera in their face and they're annoyed. I mean, there's some
Yeah,
days
they
like
just
that, I'm
know
sure,
you're
but
hovering around constantly and
yeah,
they get used to you.
exactly.
So how often are you putting clips out?
It depends.
Like sort of a once a week?
Yeah, I would say we aim to post like once or twice a week. It kind of depends on what's going on in the gym. If we don't really have a whole lot going on, maybe we'll post like an interview video or something that we've had like backlogged. But we try to post once or twice a week, kind of keep people updated on what's going on. If we've got comps coming up or like the film fundraiser when we did that and stuff. So yeah,
But it must be a balance of putting enough out and putting out too much. Like there seems to be so much noise. Like I told you, I'm new to Instagram, or you know, sort of learning how to use it for this podcast thing. But
yeah,
I'm kind of overwhelmed. Like there's stuff's just like flying at you, and I'm like, okay, that's enough. I don't need to see another. You know what I
another
mean?
video. Yeah.
Like how do you cut through the noise and get your message through?
It's tough. I honestly, and maybe as someone who does this for a living, I shouldn't say this, but like if I wasn't doing this for a living, I would not have social media. I think it is pure noise. Like it's
Really?
yeah. There are good parts to it, but there's so much noise that it's really hard to find that the good stuff. Like I find for me, I have to be on it to constantly like kind of keep up with like not keep up with trends because we don't really like follow. I don't really follow trends with my work, and the gym doesn't really either. But it's good to keep like kind of up to date on like what other gyms are doing or like other creators, and like you can take inspiration from that
Sure, sure.
and run with it. But it is a very fine line because it's dense. There's so much on there, and most of it isn't usually great. There is a lot of great stuff, but for my own work, my posting schedule honestly is a bit sporadic because usually I don't with my full like my job at 7 Bays, and then I have a couple freelance clients as well, my own training and things like that. It's really hard to get out and like film very regularly for my own projects. So I'm kind of shifting now more towards filmmaking. And those projects are much more behind the scenes until they launch, and then your whole life blows up and gets insane.
Nice. Sounds like you've got a busy life going on.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's good busy. Good busy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you want to talk about this short, the
Yeah.
20 Grit movie? What was the inspiration for that? Why did you make that?
Yeah. It kind of started off the idea came to me a couple years ago when I kind of got back into film. I thought it would be really wonderful to do a project on women in sports. Just growing up in horseback riding and stuff, you get to see a lot. I had friends who did various sports too. It just felt like it was a cool thing to highlight because I think women are pretty cool. And
Yeah, me too.
yeah. And anyways, as I was kind of growing in my role at 7 Bays, I started planning it out loosely. Starting to think of what I wanted. It was looking like just a highlight reel, about 2 to 3 minutes of different sports. Like we'd have surfing, obviously horseback riding, because I'm biased, and some
It was mostly horseback riding.
yeah, honestly, and then different avenues of climbing as well, gymnastics, powerlifting, Olympic lifting, mountain biking, kind of all the things,
Cool.
like a lot of things.
So wait, you've got footage and all that stuff already, and you were compiling it?
Not all of it. I started, I would say about a year ago, I started finally actually shooting it. And then kind of the whole project got put on hold when I got diagnosed with breast cancer at 24.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So that was a crazy turn of events. So everything kind of stopped when that happened because I was obviously like, what? what's going on? So yeah, it kind of all stopped. And obviously I focused on just getting better. It was still in the back of my mind the whole time.
The project.
Yeah. And I was still working, not because I had to. I feel like I have to say that. Very much just wanted to keep working. And it was a good distraction. So I'd had surgery and then kind of got right back to it. It was a pretty quick recovery. And I was like, cool.
You had surgery when?
end of December last year.
Okay.
So I'd been
Okay.
diagnosed in November, and then everything moved like super quick because I'm so young, which was really great.
Excellent.
Kind of didn't really have time to think about it. It was just like,
Yeah.
whoa, this crazy thing
No,
is
no time to
happening.
be
And
scared or nervous, maybe?
yeah,
Or
which
it
was
must have been
nice.
freaky. Like,
It was
holy crap.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very much like I wouldn't say like the most traditional childhood. So I like had, I've had a few hardships throughout my life. So I was like pretty like, okay, this is game time. This is what it is. It's cancer. Let's do it. Just gotta get through it.
You have some resiliency.
Yeah. So I had surgery, recovered pretty quick, luckily, and was ready to get back in the game. I was out shooting like a couple weeks later. I was
Oh
like,
my
this is great. And then
Let's get back on with it.
yeah, I
Good
was
for
like,
you.
okay, like let's move on. And then I got a call that we had to do another one. They thought it was a lot smaller than it
Okay.
was,
Yeah.
and by the time between like my biopsy and a lumpectomy, it had spread like drastically within about a week. So they were like, we gotta act fast. So I ended up in February because the surgery took a little bit more planning between multiple surgeons and stuff. I had a double mastectomy and a lymph node removal in February of this year. So that really put things to a halt for a bit. So the project again got kind of swept to the side. Still editing on my computer at home during my recovery
Well,
though, because I was
probably good to keep going. Keep the
so
mind
bored,
going. Yeah.
bored out of my mind.
Yeah.
And it was like great. I mean, people from the community were constantly like checking in, coming by, making me food, like anything I needed, anything to keep me stimulated as well. Because I was just sitting there like, okay, I want to climb, I want to shoot, I want to move, but yeah, got that was about a 6 week recovery. Once that was done, my surgeons were like, "You're good. Like we removed it. It's gone essentially. Like we literally cut it off your body and took it. So
Yeah.
you're good." And I was
Nice.
like, "Cool.
Thank you.
Shortest cancer journey ever. This is great." And so at that point, are you familiar with Mellow Climbing, like that YouTube channel? They're called Mellow. They just essentially post like a lot of FAs and just like short films and like reels and stuff too, like similar to reels. Pretty big YouTube channel, but pretty like I would say like a lot of masculine energy on there, I would say. It's very like bros sending V17 with their shirts off. That's kind of the vibe. But they'd announced around the same time that they were going to be doing a film competition. And I was like, well, that would be insane. I was like, feels like the time to center this project on climbing. So let's ditch the other sports for a little bit.
For now. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, game time. It's like April at this point, and the competition, you had to have it submitted by like end of May. So I was like,
You
okay.
got lots of time.
Yeah, I was like, game time. Let's plan it. What do I want to do? So I called three of my friends, Kennedy, Natasha, and then Hannah.
Yeah. I saw them in the film there.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And for me, they're just like such core people in this community. Like Kennedy's ridiculously strong and just such a kind person. Like she always has been to me and when I started climbing. Same with Natasha. Natasha, like her technique and everything. So sound, like they all have their own unique strengths, which I really loved. And Hannah's just like the grittiest, also most hilarious person. And I've always looked up to her. So I was like, I would
Nice.
love to shoot a film on you guys. So we started planning. Everything was going pretty soundly. We were like, we'll do it on Dover because like it's pretty uncommon to find a place like Dover.
The setting's incredible, right?
Yeah, like we're so used to it because we live on the coast. Like you can find ocean everywhere here, but to have an island of boulders with crazy coastal views is like unheard of.
It's very unique.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, three women on the coast, like that puts us on the map for sure with this film, and it feels very true to what I wanted to do with the project anyways. So I think we were 2 weeks out from shooting because we were going to shoot like beginning of May just to give me enough time to edit a whole film. And I had gotten a call from an oncologist, and yeah, I was not in the clear. And it was like, you don't have to do it, but it's obviously
And
no
and they
brainer.
would want to hit you with chemo like
right then.
Then, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, oh my God. So my whole world just like crumbled. I was pretty good, I would
Again,
say, to that point. Yeah. And it was just felt like, oh, are we kidding?
why are you so happy and chipper? You're like, you'd never know you've gone through these
Yeah.
challenging times, but maybe that's why you are so happy. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. There's definitely ups and downs. Like I feel like a lot of people would, maybe see me day to day and think like, "Oh, like there's nothing to her. Like she's just going like super chipper and stuff." But like there's definitely like, oh, there's lows for
For
sure.
sure. Yeah.
For sure, especially after the fact, like now and everything too. But crazy enough, I was like pretty good at that point. I was like, okay, okay, like when do we start? I was like, I got a film to make in the next month. Can we wait till June? And they were like, no. They were like, it really is effective mostly if we do it like
Yeah.
now, because
Well,
essentially they do it just in case like a little fragment got left behind or something. I was like, okay, well, we're shooting this day. It needs to be edited by then. Can we work the schedule around this? And they were very accommodating, which was good. So we moved the whole schedule to fit with the film, which is stupid and insane, but kind of great.
wow.
So I had my first round of chemo on, I think, April 29th, and then we shot the film on the 11th of May. So I'd had about a week and a half-ish to recover, and I will say that is the closest I think one can come to, like, that is what death feels like. But, like, without actually dying. It was brutal.
Experiencing chemo.
So recovered from that and was like, all right, girls, it's game time. So we went to Dover. I think we got there for like 7 a.m. And Rod took us over on the boat. And yeah, Todd came along to help once I'd reach out to him to borrow his drone.
Yeah, he told me he became the drone pilot for you,
Oh,
I think.
thank
Right?
God.
Yeah.
It was so windy. I was so scared to fly that thing. And once I told him, I was like, oh yeah, by the way, like I might look different next time, like when we're on Dover. And he was like, what day is it? I'll be there. Like I'm there to help you. I am there to work.
He's like that, yeah.
He's so good.
Yeah.
So sweet. Because I'd also sprained my ankle 3 days before chemo again. So
Oh man.
he was like, I'll carry everything. So we had our day on Dover shooting. It was phenomenal, freezing. But like the waves were like, you couldn't have asked for better, like aesthetics. It was just so cinematic and gorgeous, especially the shots on orangutan. Those were the shots I had in my head when we planned this thing. So
That was amazing. You sent me a link to preview before our chat, which was awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
And that's what struck me. Well, one just the girl power of the whole thing was awesome.
Yeah.
Just to see that entire cast of characters was females doing their thing, except for Rod driving the boat, I suppose.
Yeah. Todd has a cameo at some point where he's kind of like hiding behind a boulder and you just see him like
notice
flying
that.
the drone.
I didn't notice that.
He was trying really hard to like not be in it. But
Yeah, but the ocean, the wildness of that with against the granites and the wind and everything, it looked fantastic.
yeah, I feel like it really captures the essence of Dover because it is just so like it's so different from so many places that people like, so many destination climbs. And that's kind of where the name came from. We were like brainstorming many names. Like I worked with the girls to kind of find a name that we're all happy with. And I think we jokingly said, oh, like, what if we call it 20 grit? Because like, I think the roughest grit of sandpaper is like 40. So we were like, let's call it 20. And then we are like, ha ha ha. That's kind of cool, actually.
It is cool.
Because Dover is just so gnarly. So we got back from Dover. I think I started editing immediately. It was a week straight of like 12-hour days editing. And I think I underestimated how much it takes to make a film, especially with that time crunch, because I wanted to get it done before my next round, just because I had no idea what that would entail. But yeah, got it edited, got it submitted. And then all the while as well was just kind of learning how this new sense of identity as well. I feel like the film really helped me hold on to like my values and what I love to do and kind of keep my eye on that, on the prize. Because just so many, especially like emotional and physical changes, like a major surgery like that. And then losing my hair. I had very, very long hair before. So that was pretty upsetting. Once the film competition kind of ramped up, we actually didn't even make it into the first round.
What?
I know. And I was like, whew, they saw Kennedy's biceps and they were like, nope, we can't have this in here. She's showing up the boys.
Or they're like, where are the dudes? Where are the dudes
Yeah,
in
where
this
are the guys?
bouldering film? Come on.
I only saw one old man on a boat.
And he had his shirt on.
Yeah, what is this? So, and I was bummed at first, and then when I saw the rest of the films that came out, I was like, okay, no, this tracks. I think there was a total of like 3 or 4 women in the entire competition out of like 30 videos. I was anyone I've told them like we didn't even make it into the first round. They're like, what?
Yeah, that's weird.
So, Mello, if you're listening, you're lost.
You forget it.
But honestly, I wasn't expecting the film to take off the way it did. I thought it was going to be like a very good thing for the community. People would be like, wow, Dover's amazing. These girls, like, what a great film. Like, love the storytelling of these 3 women and their unique strengths, but how they can integrate it into each other's climbing as well. Like, they're so supportive and helpful to one another. And I think that just shows so much of our community in that.
At the same time, I didn't find, I mean, I've only run through it twice, but I kind of liked it too because it wasn't like a hammering you with some kind of
Yeah.
overblown story or dramatized thing. It was just like
Yeah.
3 women bouldering out on Dover Island, which is,
Yeah.
it's kind of refreshing.
Yeah. I'm happy to hear you say that because that was kind of what we were going for. Because originally the project, like I said, it started off as like women in sports. And we kind of, the 3 of us talked about, or 4 of us talked about it and came to the conclusion that like that actually really isn't most of our experiences in this community. Like here, it might be like a more global experience for women in sports, but our experience in this community has been like personally speaking as well, the men in this community are wonderful, most of them. And like so many of my close friends are men in the climbing community.
That's
and
great
they've
to
been
hear.
so supportive, and it just didn't feel true to our experience. And I was like, it feels more true to our experiences to just showcase them being really strong and gritty and badass without being like, hey, look at these women, look at them doing their thing and inherently saying it, Like, I think it's
Yeah, I love it. I like that subtlety.
yeah,
Yeah.
just kind of showing it without saying it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I finished up chemo, amongst kind of like getting ready to like launch the film. So we had our launch on June 27th. June 27th. It really took me a minute to find. We had our launch on June 27th, and we launched it at 7 Bays because that felt very fitting because they were one of the sponsors. We had 7 Bays, Dead Point Climbing, and then Arc'teryx on board, which was
Nice.
also just a fever dream. I was like, whoa, all these cool brands want to
That's
support my
fantastic.
film. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Good for you.
It was an amazing party. Like everyone loved the film, and then it just kind of like went off.
You've been on a big tour, I hear.
Yeah, it was nuts, and it's happening again. So I went out.
Now you're in the icebox.
Yeah, it's crazy. I went to BC in August because Dead Point Climbing was doing a film festival, and it was on. They wanted to showcase my film because it was for women in film and climbing. And I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. They were like, can we show 20 Grit since we're a sponsor? I was like, of course. Hell yeah. So I flew up for the film festival. It was phenomenal, and decided to kind of make a trip out of it. So Boulder House, our sister gym in BC, wanted to do a screening. I was like, perfect. I have some friends in Victoria, so I hopped on over there after. And then flew to Montreal for the end of the trip, to actually shoot at Jackalope Festival, which was also a total fever dream because I've always wanted to just go to it, let alone shoot at it. It was kind of felt like a very, very pinnacle moment for my career.
Do you like the filming part or the editing? Or which
say
do you prefer
both.
better?
I feel like they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
I can't pick.
Yeah.
It's always a cool feeling when you get the shot that you want. Like that side of filming is wonderful, but being able to edit it, really like bring out the colors, the sound, and like the feeling of it is a whole other thing too. So I honestly don't think I can pick. I feel like they're
And
both just
the
wonderful.
story as well, right? That's
Yeah.
what I've been in. Just my little thing here.
Yeah.
It's fun to kind of uncover the story as you go through the editing process.
100%. Like I feel like my careers now is kind of shifting from, or not shifting, but growing, I would say. From when I started, I was like, okay, put out some boppy reels for 7 bays and make climbing look really cool. And while I still do that, I'm really enjoying shifting to more of the storytelling, like filmmaking perspective in the gym and then also in my own work as well. There is a second film in the making. This one is more documentary style. It's going to follow one climber, and I can't say what they're doing because then everyone will know. It's going to follow their journey for the next probably
Oh, I know
year or
what this
two.
is.
So I'm really excited to push myself with this one
Nice.
in a different way. Yeah.
And the theme, if you're dropping that other project for a while, but the theme of women in sport is probably still important to you. I'm thinking.
Yeah, it definitely is still important to me, but I also kind of feel like 20 grit has scratched that itch a little
Nice.
bit.
Okay.
Like it it showcased that strength that I believe like women have in this community so well that I feel like it's a story that's been told now for me.
I was going to
Like
say no need to beat a dead horse, but you might get mad at me.
no. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, like I've had another like a friend of a friend reach out about potentially doing like a short, not like documentary, kind of a short documentary, I guess, on like my experience making the film with all this going on behind the scenes to kind of showcase that kind of strength. Because definitely, like, there's a lot went into 20 grit. It wasn't just like, we didn't just call it 20 grit because of Dover's, grittiness. It's also just like
Sure. Your grittiness and getting through it all.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, thanks for sharing your. You seem very willing and comfortable to talk about that whole episode, but you probably at some point would be like to just move on and not
at some point,
rehash it so often. I'm guessing.
yeah, at some point, yeah, it was a story I was like never really going to tell one of our sponsors who I like have become friends with. They'd asked me, they were like, it's totally fair if you want to keep this private. This is a very like intense thing, but I feel like you're almost doing a disservice to keep it private because it's such an amazing thing to be doing while shooting a film and like making this story come to life. And so they were like, do you think you'd be comfortable kind of like sharing that story too? And I was like, you know what? I think I could in this community. Like, so at our launch party, I decided to give kind of the backstory a little bit before we showed it, especially just because these people now have known them for like a couple of years and like I feel very comfortable. And now it's kind of become part of it. So like on this tour that I just finished and the tour that I actually leave next week for the next one. That's part of the screenings is I give like a 10 to 15 minute spiel about my
That's
experience making
nice.
it
Yeah.
and like just to kind of showcase too that like even if you're going through something insane like that, like you to have faith in yourself and to have that strength, I think is such an important thing to help people see because it can be hard to see sometimes when you're
Yeah.
in
And
it.
for those screenings, they can sort of get a sense of the person behind the camera
Yeah,
who's as gritty as the women in
exactly.
the scenes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. Where are you going to go next?
I leave next Wednesday for Montreal, and we have a screening at the Point St. Charles location. We're going to do like a women's climb in the boardroom. So we got the tension board and the kilter board. We're going to screen the film and just have a like super fun time. And then I fly to Toronto. I think I'm there for like 18 hours. I have a screening there at Hogtown Boulders and a women's climb again. And I have a screening in Vancouver on the 10th. And then I head to Squamish for the 11th. And then, yeah, I have that day off. And then I head back to Vancouver. And then I come home. That'll be kind of the end of it. It'll be public at that point. I'm going to release it in the new year to the public. So,
Cool. Well, I'm glad I got a chance to see it before the
yeah.
rest of the public. And any climbing goals in your pick list
Climbing
or
goals. Just honestly to climb well. Like from recovery and stuff this year, it's been very, very up and down. But as far as like outdoor climbs go, I was currently climbing Sheena's a Punk Rocker. That's a great climb in Polly's Cove. It's like a lovely V3, just super pleasant, super nice. I'd love to hop back on Mortician. That one, Terrence Bay, I think. I was projecting True Blood as well in Nouveau Reach, which is a very fun climb. Again, very like my style, I would say. The top out looks terrifying, but I'll once I get there, I'll have to just, just rally.
I can't believe how you've rallied from all this stuff over the last year.
It's been a crazy time.
Yeah,
Crazy time.
congratulations.
Thanks.
It looks amazing and lots of opportunity for you. So
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm excited to see what the next year holds.
well, I'll be watching.
Yeah.
This is exciting. Yeah, thanks for taking the time and doing this with me. It's great to meet you.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. This has been awesome.
Thanks again, Emily, and special thanks to the sponsors of this episode, Dead Point Climbing Company and Seven Bays Bouldering. This episode wraps up the first partial season of the podcast. It's been a tremendously rewarding and challenging experience for me and a really cool way to reconnect to the climbing community that I've been part of for almost 30 years now. I appreciate everyone's support and interest in the project, and I'm super grateful to Emily, Samantha, Rich, and Sean for trusting me enough to get behind the mic for these first few Icebox sessions. And great news, the podcast will continue with a full season of episodes starting in January. Hope you can join me for those. You can follow Icebox Sessions on Instagram, Facebook, and of course the interweb to learn more about the latest episodes. Catch you later.
I've always looked up to them in the community. Like even before I knew them, I would see them and I was like, my God, they're crushers. And they're so cool. They're so fun. They're so like warm and welcoming. So I would say Kennedy, Natasha, and Hannah for me were inspirations. That's why I was like, oh, you guys have to be in my film.